The moon is Earth's constant companion, the only natural satellite. We celebrate National Moon Day on 20th July, which marks the day in history when man landed on the moon for the first time in 1969. NASA reported the moon landing as being the single greatest technological achievement of all time.
The Apollo 11 mission, carried out by three of the greatest astronauts, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, was an immense success. Putting men on the moon became a tangible achievement in the space race, pushing us to go forth and explore into the deeper reaches of the universe.
Chandrayaan-3, the most recent lunar exploration launched on 14th July 2023, acts as a milestone towards ISRO's future interplanetary missions. The main objective being end-to-end capability in safe and soft landing on the lunar surface. If the mission succeeds, it will be an accomplishment that no other country than China have pulled off this century, guiding to an emotional and exalted proud moment for all Indian patriots.
The brightest and largest object in our night sky, the moon, makes Earth a more livable planet by moderating our home planet's wobble on its axis. Leading to a relatively stable climate, it also causes tides, creating a rhythm that has guided humans for thousands of years.
The day doesn't just celebrate the landmark missions, it also celebrates future missions. Armstrong's One Small Step for Man inspired imaginations and sparked innovations. National Moon Day opens up a lot of opportunities to explore and reminisce.
Once upon a time, on a planet called Earth, three little boys named Neil, Buzz and Michael dreamed of going on an adventure to the moon. They loved to look up at the stars and imagine all the amazing things they could do if they could just travel through space. One day, there was an announcement on TV. The President of the United States of America delivered a speech about an exciting new mission to go to the moon.
We shall send to the moon 240,000 miles away from the control station in Houston, a giant rocket more than 300 feet tall, the length of this football field, to an unknown celestial body, and then return it safely to Earth. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
The name of the mission was Apollo 11. The three boys decided to apply to be astronauts, and much to their surprise, they were successful. They had been chosen by NASA. "We want you to go to the moon," they were told. "The moon? That's really far away," exclaimed Buzz. "I know, but we believe in you," said the grown-ups. "You'll be the first people ever to go there." The three boys were jumping with excitement. They trained hard, learning everything they needed to know about space travel. They even practiced walking in their special moon boots, which made them feel like they were walking on marshmallows. Finally, it was time to go to the moon. They put their astronaut suits on and they were taken to the launch pad. The name of the rocket was Saturn V, and they were amazed to see how big it was. They were helped into the rocket and they settled in. It was time to launch, and countdown started.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. All engine running.
As they soared through the darkness of space, Neil said, "Hey Buzz, do you think we'll get to meet any aliens on the moon?" Buzz shook his head. "I don't know, but I bought some sweets just in case." Michael rolled his eyes. "You two are silly. We're here to do science, not eat sweets." As they neared the moon, the ship split into two. One part was the moon lander, which would take Neil and Buzz to the surface of the moon. The other part was the service module. This is where Michael would stay, going around the moon, waiting for his friends to come back. His job was to prepare the service module to take them back to the planet Earth. When the moon lander landed, millions of people on Earth in many different countries were watching the moment on TV, holding their breath. They were very happy to hear Neil announce,
"Houston, tranquility base here. The Eagle has landed."
People were cheering everywhere, staring at their television in wonder. They would never forget this day. Neil was the first to climb out of the ship, stepping onto the dusty surface of the moon. It was a magical moment, and he knew he was the first person ever to set foot on this distant world.
"That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind."
Buzz followed him and laughed. "You look like a bunny, Neil." They took a little stroll around the moon, gathering samples of rocks and soil to bring back home. They even planted an American flag, just to show everyone that they had been there. "I can't believe we're really here," Neil said. "This is amazing." After almost a day on the moon, it was time to head back home. Neil and Buzz climbed back into the moon lander and blasted off, leaving the moon behind. "Goodbye, moon," they shouted, waving from the window. They connected with the service module, where Michael had everything prepared for their journey back to the planet Earth. As they headed back towards Earth, they knew that they had accomplished something truly special. "I can't wait to tell my mum about this," Neil said. "And my dog," Michael added. When they splashed down in the ocean, they were picked up by a group of happy grown-ups. "You did it!" the grown-ups cheered. "We did it!" the three boys cheered back, high-fiving each other. And even though they were just little boys, they had shown outstanding courage and determination. They knew that they had accomplished something that would be remembered forever. Hey everyone, we just wanted to let you know that the story you just watched really happened. In 1969, humankind really landed on the moon. It was a huge moment in history. The only difference from our story was that the three little boys were actually a little bit older. Commander Neil Armstrong. Lunar Module Pilot Edwin Buzz Aldrin. Command Module Pilot Michael Collins.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.